You've got, what, maybe 7 seconds to grab someone's attention online? But what if you could do more than that? What if you could tell a whole story? A beginning, a middle, and a twist that leaves people thinking all in that tiny window of time. Well, today, we're going to break down exactly how that's done. So here's the big question, right? How do you build an entire world, tell a compelling story, and then hit them with a twist in less time than it takes to read this slide? Honestly, it sounds kind of impossible, but we're going to deconstruct one brilliant example to show you exactly how it works. And this is our roadmap. It's a simple prompt, but every word here is doing some heavy lifting. Ultra realistic, synced audio, 5 to 7 seconds. These aren't just limitations, they're the secret sauce. It's constraints like these that really force creativity and make something impactful. All right, first things first, immersion. To tell a story this fast, you can't waste any time. You have to drop the viewer right into the middle of the action and make them believe it instantly. This prompt does that with what I like to call a realism engine. Just look at all these details. This isn't just a list of specs. It's basically a recipe for feeling like you're there. The body cam, the smoke, the shaky movement, even how the light kind of blows out for a second. It all screams, this is real. You can almost feel the heat. And that first-person view, that is such a powerful shortcut to empathy. For these few seconds, you're not just watching a firefighter. You are the firefighter. And making that connection so fast is absolutely crucial when you're working against the clock. Okay, so we're in the scene. We believe it. Now, let's look at the story itself. Because this prompt doesn't just paint a picture. It lays out a perfect, tiny little hero's journey with a clear conflict, real action, and a satisfying ending. I mean, look how clean this is. It's storytelling boiled down to its absolute essence. 4 simple actions that tell a complete story. You've got the commitment, the confrontation, the victory, and the payoff. It's a masterclass in getting to the point. And get this, the prompt even calls the fire extinguisher the hero of the shot. By doing that, it gives the scene a clear protagonist, right? Something for us to focus on. It just adds another layer of narrative weight to what's happening. And of course, that synced audio is everything. You hear that violent hiss of the foam just dominating the crackle of the fire, and then that little meow and the sound of tiny paws. It's that combination of sight and sound that makes the climax feel so real and, honestly, so satisfying. So, okay, we have a believable world and a complete heroic story. And if it ended there, it'd be a great little clip. But there's one more element, one final layer that takes this from good to something you absolutely can't forget. Because tucked away in the audio, almost hidden underneath all that action, there's something that just does not belong. A calm, quiet voice telling a story. Right as you're feeling that rush of relief from the rescue, you hear that. It's like a line from a totally different movie, a horror movie that's just bled into our action scene. And it changes, well, it changes everything. Think about what that one line of audio does. Suddenly, that heroic rescue feels creepy. The genre shifts from action to horror in a split second, and we're left with this deep sense of unease and a ton of questions. Who's not alone? What's in there with them? So, how in the world does a 7-second video leave such a huge impression? The secret is layering. This isn't just one story. It's actually 3 stories being told all at the same time. So here it is, the whole blueprint. You've got the action story right on the surface. Firefighter saves a cat. Simple. Then you have the realism story running underneath it, making you feel like you're there. And then, cutting through both of those, you have the horror story, which adds this shocking twist of mystery. And that's really the big takeaway here. When you skillfully weave these different layers together, the heroic, the immersive, and the terrifying, you end up with a story that's so much richer and more complex than its 7 seconds would suggest. It's that density that makes it stick with you. So the next time you're creating something, don't just think about the story you see on the surface. Ask yourself, what's happening underneath? What unexpected element can I mix in? Because the stories we remember are rarely ever just one thing. So, what layers are you going to add to make your next story unforgettable?